Hi friends, designing a parking lot system is a very common question asked during system design interview questions. In this tutorial, we'll be designing and implementing a parking lot system using Java. For this tutorial, I'll be taking reference of my website javastructures.com. So here go to system design, parking lot design. System design questions are now part of the interview evaluation process of many organizations. So previously only a few top organizations they used to evaluate the candidates based on the system design questions. But now many organizations they are following this process. These questions they are usually open-ended and the interviewer he tests how the candidate approaches the problem statement. So the interviewer he tries to find out if the candidate he can break down the problem statement and think in terms of object-oriented principles. Also if the candidate he follows good coding practices like solid principles and also the various other design principles. In previous tutorial we had already designed and implemented an elevator system. You can go through this tutorial here. In this tutorial we'll be designing a parking lot and also implementing the actual solution using Java. In this tutorial we'll be making use of the following design patterns: the singleton design pattern, strategy design pattern and also the solid design principles. Also the implementation will be dividing it into three parts. In the first part we'll be simulating the elevator design. Next we'll be beginning the actual implementation. So in the first iteration we'll be implementing the code for parking the vehicle, and finally in the second iteration we'll be implementing the code for unparking the vehicle. For simulating the parking lot, we'll be considering the following scenario. A vehicle to be parked, it can either be a two-wheeler or a four-wheeler. So we'll be providing slots for both two-wheeler parking as well as four-wheeler parking. When the owner he has successfully parked the vehicle, he will be provided a ticket. This ticket it will contain the vehicle details as well as the parking slot details where the vehicle has actually been parked. If there are no parking slots available for the owner to park the vehicle, then a parking full exception will be thrown. Also when the vehicle it is to be unparked, the owner he must provide a ticket. Only then the vehicle can be unparked. The parking charges they will depend on two factors. First is whether it is a weekend or a weekday. Depending on this the parking charges will vary. Also if the vehicle it is a two-wheeler or a four-wheeler. So let us begin with the implementation part. In the first iteration we'll be designing and writing the code to park the vehicle. So the parking lot implementation, it will have the following domain classes. The first domain class is the enum named vehicle size. So this enum, it will denote whether the vehicle is a two-wheeler or a four-wheeler. So let us create this class. Go to Eclipse. Here first we'll be creating a Maven project. Create a simple project. Group ID, I'll be giving it as com.javastructures. Artifact ID, give it as parking lot. Let us now create the enum. So here create a new class. Package will be com.javastructures.model. The class name will be vehicle size. Next we'll be creating the domain class named vehicle. So this will represent the vehicle which is to be parked. This vehicle class it will be having two class members. First is the vehicle number which will be of type string and it will be the number of the vehicle which is to be parked. And the next is the vehicle size. So vehicle size it will be of type enum and it will represent whether it is a two-wheeler or a four-wheeler. So let us create this vehicle class. Create a new class named vehicle. So it will be having two variables, the vehicle number and the vehicle size. Copy this content here. The next domain class that we'll be creating is the class slot. So this class it represents the space in the parking lot which will be used to park the vehicle. So here we'll be having the parking slots. So there will be finite number of parking slots for both two-wheeler parking as well as four-wheeler parking, and also these will need to be initialized. For example, in a parking lot we can have 50 two-wheeler parkings and 20 four-wheeler parking slots. So the parking lot it will be having two types of slots, one for two-wheeler parking and the other for four-wheeler parking. Also each slot it will be having a unique slot number which will identify that particular slot. So the slot class it will be having the slot number, then it will be having a boolean is empty. So this will specify whether this slot it has been occupied by a particular vehicle or not. If it has been occupied, then it will be also be having the parked vehicle which will represent the vehicle which is occupying this particular slot. If not occupied, then this parked vehicle it will be null. Also the slot class it has two additional methods. One is the occupy slot method. So this method it gets called whenever a particular vehicle is to be parked in this particular slot. So once this method is called, then we specify that this dot park vehicle is equal to this park vehicle. So this is the vehicle to be parked, and also we specify that this empty is false, that is this slot has now been occupied. The other method is the vacate slot. So this is when the vehicle it is to be unparked. In this case, the park vehicle it will be null, and also this slot will be empty. So we write this dot empty is equal to true. So let us create the slot class. Create a new class named slot. Copy the contents for this class. The next domain class that we'll be creating is the class ticket. So once the vehicle it has been parked, the owner he will be provided with a ticket, and this ticket it will have the following information. First is the slot number. So this will represent in the parking lot where the vehicle has been parked. The next is a vehicle number. So this is the vehicle details of the vehicle that has been parked. The date, this is the time at which the vehicle has been parked, and finally the vehicle size. So whether the vehicle it is a two-wheeler or a four-wheeler. So this ticket it will be provided to the owner once the vehicle has been successfully parked. Also, when the owner he wants to unpark the vehicle, he should provide this ticket, and only then he will be able to unpark the vehicle. Let us create this ticket class. So create a new class named ticket. Copy the contents of this ticket class. So import this date class. So we are done with creating the required domain classes. Next we'll be creating a custom exception named parking full exception. So as the name suggests, this exception it will be thrown whenever the parking lot is full. So there will be no more space available in the parking lot to park the vehicles, then this particular exception it will be thrown. So let us create this class. Go to Eclipse and create a new class. The package will be com.javastructures.exception. Copy the contents of this class. Next we'll be creating an interface named parking. So this parking interface it will be having a single method named park. This will be taking the vehicle and parking it in the parking lot. Also, if the vehicle it is successfully parked, then it will be returning a ticket. So let us create this parking interface. Go to Eclipse and create a new interface. Name parking. The package will be com.javastructures.service. Copy the contents of this interface. So it will be having a single method as we had discussed. Finally, we will be writing a class to implement the parking interface that we have just implemented. So this class will be naming it as parking lot, and it will be implementing the park method, which will be taking the vehicle and then returning the ticket. Also, the parking lot class that we'll be creating, it will be of type singleton. So we'll be creating a single instance of this parking lot which will be returned to all the users. So let us go through the parking lot class that we'll be creating. So this parking lot class it will be implementing the parking interface. As stated previously that this parking lot it will be of type singleton. So here we have declared a class variable of type parking lot. Whenever the user he needs a parking lot instance, he will be calling the getParkingLot method. So in this method we check if this parking lot instance that we have declared here, which is a class member, if it is null. If it is null, then we'll be creating a new instance and returning it. If not, then we'll be returning the existing instance of the parking lot. Also, the parking lot class, it has two class members of type list slot named as two-wheeler slots and the four-wheeler slots. So as the name suggests, the two-wheeler slots it will hold the parking space for two-wheelers, whereas the four-wheeler slots it will hold the parking space for four-wheelers in the parking lot. Also in the parking lot constructor, for these two, both two-wheeler slots and four-wheeler slots, we create a new array list. So whenever the user he wants to make use of this parking lot, he will call the getParkingLot method, which will then return a singleton instance of this parking lot. Once the user he gets this instance, then he will be calling the initialize parking slots method. So this method, the user he will be passing how many two-wheelers and four-wheeler parking slots does the user wants in a particular parking lot. So suppose he needs 10 two-wheeler parking slots and 20 four-wheeler parking slots. So then he will be passing these as method parameters here. Once the user specifies the number of two-wheeler and four-wheeler parkings, then in this method we'll be initializing the two-wheeler slots with the number of two-wheeler slots required. Similarly, for the four-wheeler slots, we'll be adding the number of slots required as specified by the user. So let us first create a parking lot class and implement the code that we have just discussed now. Then we'll implement the remaining code. So for this, go to the servers package and create a new class named parking lot. So this will implement the parking interface. We need to implement the method here. So here first the parking lot instance. Also the get instance. So the constructor, it will be private. So let us create this. Next we'll be creating the initialize parking slots method. So copy this. Before we proceed further, we'll be writing a class to test the logic that we have written until now. So for this, we'll be creating a class named as test parking. So this will be having the code to test the logic that we have written until now. So let us create this class. Create a new class named test parking. The package will be com.java structures. So this class, it will be having a public static void main method. So I'll just remove this. So we'll just be creating a parking lot, that is getting an instance using the get parking lot that we have written, and then we'll be initializing these parking slots. So we'll be passing 10 two-wheeler parkings and 10 four-wheeler parkings. Copy this code. So here we now get an instance of the parking lot, and then we initialize this parking lot with 10 two-wheeler parkings and 10 four-wheeler parkings. So let us debug the code and check the logic. So I will be just adding some debug points here. So here we will next be going in get parking lot. So since this is the first time that we are calling this, so this instance, it will be null. So we'll be creating a new parking lot. So here it with this two-wheeler slots and four-wheeler slots, new array list will be created for them, and then this new parking lot, it will be returned back. Next we'll be initializing this parking lot. So here we'll be passing that we want 10 two-wheeler parking slots and 10 four-wheeler parking slots. So the two-wheeler slots that we had created here, the list, in this we'll be adding 10 slots for two-wheeler. I'll just move forward. So here 10 slots have been created for this two-wheeler slots. Similarly for four-wheeler, as we are again passing 10, so 10 slots will get created for this. So we are having, for this particular parking lot, we are having 10 two-wheeler slots and 10 four-wheeler slots. Return will be returned. So let us now write the actual logic for parking the vehicle. So here we have the park method, which takes the vehicle and returns the ticket. So when this method is called along with the vehicle details which is to be parked, then in this method we have a slot next available slot. So here we first check whether the vehicle it is of type four-wheeler or whether it is of type two-wheeler. So depending on that, we call the get next available four-wheeler slot or the next available two-wheeler slot. So suppose it is a four-wheeler, then this method gets called, and here we iterate through this four-wheeler slots array list that we have, and here if any slot is empty, then we'll be returning the slot. So the return slot is then assigned to the next available slot variable that we have defined here, and we call the occupy slot method by passing the vehicle which is to be parked for this particular slot. So if you remember the occupy slot method that we have here, so here we have the occupy slot method to which we pass the vehicle which is to be parked. So once this is parked, then for this particular slot we assign this parked vehicle to the vehicle which is to be parked, and also we initialize this empty to false so that no other vehicle can then be occupying this slot. If the vehicle to be parked it is a two-wheeler, then the get next available two-wheeler slot method is called. So here the logic is similar to what we have for this next available four-wheeler slot. The only difference is that we iterate the two-wheeler slots array list instead of the four-wheeler slots. So once the slot has been occupied by the particular vehicle, we'll be creating a ticket. So this ticket, it will be having the details like the slot number on which the vehicle has been parked, the vehicle number, the vehicle size, whether it is a two-wheeler or a four-wheeler, and also the time on which this vehicle it has been parked, and we'll be returning this ticket. Also for the methods get next available four-wheeler slot and the get next available two-wheeler slots, if suppose no slot is empty when iterating these four-wheeler slots and the two-wheeler slots, then we'll be throwing the parking full exception, that is no empty slot has been found for either of these. So let us implement this code. Copy this and go to Eclipse. So we are done with writing the logic for parking the vehicle. Next we'll be testing this. For the test parking class, we have already written the logic to get the parking lot instance and also to initialize the parking slots. Next we'll be creating a vehicle, and this vehicle will be passing to the park method of the parking lot, which will return us a ticket, and then we'll be printing this ticket details. So copy this and go to the test parking. Also this throws an exception. Okay, so what we are doing here is we are creating a vehicle to which we are passing the vehicle number as MH12, and this vehicle type it is two-wheeler. This vehicle we are then passing it to the park method of the parking lot, and once this vehicle it has been parked, then we are printing the ticket which is returned. Similarly, again we are passing another two-wheeler and again printing the ticket. So let us make this as four-wheeler. So let us add some debug points here. So in the park method I will be adding a debug point. So here first we get the instance of the parking lot. Next we initialize the parking slots. So we will be having 10 two-wheeler parkings and 10 four-wheeler parkings. Next we create an instance of the vehicle class. So this vehicle instance, its number is MH12 and also it is of type two-wheeler. So we then pass this vehicle to the park method of the parking lot. So here we check whether the vehicle it is of type four-wheeler or two-wheeler. Since it is two-wheeler, it will go to this get next available two-wheeler slot. Here we iterate through the two-wheeler slots. So if you remember, for the slot class we have the constructor here, and by default this is empty, we set it as true. So by default whenever the slot object is created, this empty it will be true, so this slot it is empty, and only when we call the occupy slot, then we make this empty as false, that is yes, this slot has been occupied and no other vehicle can be parked here. Then also when we call the vacate slot method, we make this empty as true, which means that yes, now the slot is empty and the vehicle can be parked here. So we iterate through the two-wheeler slots, and if the slot is empty we return it. Next we call the occupy slot. So here this vehicle has been parked on this slot, so this empty is false here. Next we'll be creating the ticket. So ticket we pass the following parameters. One is the slot number, then the vehicle number, the vehicle size, and the time on which this vehicle it has been parked. So here we'll be printing the vehicle details. So here the slot number 1. So this slot number 1 it is of the two-wheeler slots. This is the vehicle number. This is the time on which the vehicle has been parked, and finally it is of type two-wheeler. Same will be done for the vehicle 2, which is of type four-wheeler. So here next available four-wheeler slot, this is returned, and then we get a ticket and we print the ticket details. So this slot number 1 it is again of the four-wheeler slot, and this slot number 1 it was of the two-wheeler slot. This is the vehicle number, the time on which the vehicle it has been parked, and it is of type four-wheeler. So we are done with the first iteration where we implemented the code to park the vehicle. In the second iteration we will be implementing the code to unpark the vehicle and also to calculate the parking charges. So let us begin with the implementation part. We'll first be creating an exception class named invalid vehicle number exception. This particular exception, it will be thrown if due to some reasons the vehicle to be unparked, it cannot be found in the parking lot. So suppose someone has provided a ticket with a particular vehicle number and we cannot find that vehicle in the parking lot. So we'll be throwing this invalid vehicle number exception. So let us create this exception. Go to Eclipse and in exception package, create a new exception. Copy the contents of this class. Next we'll be implementing the classes to calculate the parking charges for the parked vehicles. So first we'll be creating an interface. The name will be parking charge strategy, and this interface it will be having a single method int get charge, which will return the parking charges based on the number of hours this particular vehicle is parked. Also this interface it will be having 4 implementations. So we'll be having 4 scenarios. Suppose the parked vehicle, it is a 4-wheeler and it is parked on a weekday. Then we'll be making use of this 4-wheeler weekday charge strategy to calculate the parking charges. So here the parking charge on a weekday it will be ₹20 per hour. Similarly, if the parked vehicle it is a 4-wheeler and it is parked on a weekend, then we'll be making use of this 4-wheeler weekend charge strategy. Here the parking charges it will be ₹30 per hour. If the parked vehicle it is a 2-wheeler and it is parked on a weekday, then we'll be making use of this 2-wheeler weekday charge strategy, and here we'll be charging ₹10 per hour. And finally, if the parked vehicle it is a 2-wheeler and it is parked on a weekend, then we'll be making use of this 2-wheeler weekend charge strategy, and here the per hour charges we have kept it as 15. Let us create the required classes. So here the package will be com.java structures.strategy. Next we'll be creating the 4-wheeler weekday strategy. Create a new class. The contents of this class. Next we'll be creating the 4-wheeler weekend charge strategy. This content. Similarly, we'll be creating the 2-wheeler weekday charge strategy. With this content. And finally, we'll be creating the 2-wheeler weekend charge strategy. Also, for the parking interface that we had created earlier, we'll be adding a new method named unparked. So for the parking interface, previously we had created a single method named park. So this park method, it used to take the vehicle and return the ticket. Now the unparked method, it will be taking the ticket and also the parking strategy. So depending upon whether it is a weekday or weekend, and also whether it is a 2-wheeler or a 4-wheeler, a parking strategy will also be inserted in this class using this unparked method. So once the ticket and the parking charge strategy has been provided, then the vehicle owner will be provided the parking charges which he will have to pay and then take the vehicle. So let us create this method. So here go to the parking interface. Now that for the parking interface we have added an additional method unparked. So our parking lot class it will give an exception because it is implementing the parking interface. So here we need to add the unimplemented method, which is the unpark method. Next we'll be implementing this unpark method.
So finally let us implement the logic to unpark the vehicle. So here we have the unpark method to which we'll be passing the ticket and also the parking charge strategy. So we have already discussed about this parking charge strategy. Depending upon the type of the vehicle it is and also the day of the week, this parking charge strategy, the cost will be calculated. In this method, using the ticket object, we first get the vehicle number, then we iterate through all the parking slots to check if the vehicle with that particular number is present in any of the slots. So here, if the vehicle it is of type 4-wheeler, then we call this get 4-wheeler slot by vehicle number method. So here we iterate through all the four-wheeler slots and check if any of the slot it contains this particular vehicle number. If it contains, then this particular slot is returned. If not, then the invalid vehicle number exception is thrown, that is, no such vehicle exists in the parking lot. If the vehicle it is of type two-wheeler, then we call this get two-wheeler slot by vehicle number. In this method, we again iterate through the two-wheeler slots and get the slot on which this particular vehicle with this vehicle number has been parked. If it is not present in any of the two-wheeler slots, then again this invalid vehicle number exception is thrown. Once we get the slot on which this vehicle is parked, then we call this slot.vacate slot method. So if you remember the vacate slot method, here we again initialize this empty is true. So what this does is that it indicates that this slot is again available for future vehicles to be parked. Once the slot has been vacated, we then calculate the number of hours for which this vehicle has been parked. We do this by calling the getHoursParked method. To this method, we pass the time on which the vehicle has been parked and also the time on which this vehicle is to be unparked. So let us look at this getHoursParked method. So here getHoursParked method, we have the start date and end date. So start date is the date on which this vehicle has been parked and end date is when we are unparking it. So based on these calculation, we return the hours for which this vehicle has been parked. Finally, now that we have got the number of hours for which this vehicle has been parked, we get the parking charges by calling the getCharge method of the parking charge strategy that has been passed. So here we call the getCharge method to which we pass the park hours and we get the cost by hours. So this is the parking charge which will be returned by this unpark method. So let us make these changes. So copy this, go to the unpark method. So we are done with writing the code to unpark the vehicle. Next we'll be testing this. So we have already written the code to test the parking logic. Next we'll write the code to test the unparking logic. So from here for the test parking class, copy this code that we have written. Let us test this code. So run this in debug mode. So on running it, we have already seen this logic here. So we get two tickets. One is for parking a two-wheeler. So this is the ticket, and the other is for parking a four-wheeler. So once we get these tickets, then we call the unpark method with the ticket. This is the first ticket for the two-wheeler, and also for this we'll be passing the two-wheeler weekday charge strategy. So go to this unpark method and add a debug point here. So here, since it is of type two-wheeler, so get vehicle slot by vehicle number will get called. Here we iterate the slots and here we get the slot. This slot is returned. Then we call the vacate slot. So this vacate slot, it will make is empty true. So here I have not added a debug point, but yeah, this code will get called. So next we calculate the hours for which this vehicle has been parked. So this vehicle has been parked for 0 hours since I'm just running this code immediately after parking it. So cost by hours, it will be 10. So here if we look at the parking cost strategy for four-wheeler, or it was a two-wheeler day strategy. So if it is less than 1, then 10 is returned, else we multiply it by the number of hours. So currently 10 is returned. And this 10 is returned back. So here we print 10. Similarly for a two-wheeler, just debug this. So 20 will be returned. Hope you have understood this code. The source code for this example, it can be downloaded from here. Thank you.